The following podcast, although performed by women with the maturity level of children, is not for children.
It's not targeted toward children.
So make sure you listen when they're out of the room.
There are content warnings in the episode description. Welcome back to I Seduce the Dragon. We are a D&D podcast, loosely playing Icewind Dale, the Rime of the Frost Maiden. I'm Jess, I'm your DM, and I'm here with our players. They may not be the heroes you deserve, or the heroes you want. They're the heroes you get.
Not even the heroes you need, necessarily. Yeah.
They may not even be heroes.
They're just present.
My name is Ryan Keeley. Google me if you dare. I am playing as Erastus Brainer the 12th. I am a satyr artificer. Artificer? We're keeping that.
Not wrong. Not incorrect.
Tavern owner and amnesiac fae prince. I haven't played D&D since high school, so we're getting weird.
My name is Christina Van Epps. I am playing Tohri Cole, the wood elf rogue. He is a were-tiger. He's a failure of a father. He's the worst person you know, but gosh dang it, 2 members of this party contractually forced him to be their best friend. So he's doing something right.
I'm still not totally sure what.
Hi, I'm Dana Scarborough, and I'm not playing pretend with my friends. I'm doing character voices for my kids' dinosaurs. I'm the mom of the group, also full-time working mom, and try and have in real life adventures when I can. I'm playing Gentry Rose Bitter Creek Dumont, a human cleric who doesn't know what a cleric is or who God is. So she's on a journey, as am I.
I'm Vanessa Flanders. In real life, I am a lawyer who lives on a ranchette in Montana. I play Martha Sinclair, half-elf paladin who is a self-promoting idiot with good luck and a heart of silver.
It's better than aluminum.
It's still precious.
Bronze. It's a decent metal.
What's the one that looks like gold? Fool's gold? Mithril's.
Mithril's not real.
Pyrite is fool's gold, right?
Pyrite, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, a heart of pyrite.
How dare you? I almost said Pyrex, and I was like, that's not right.
Different thing.
I mean, a heart of Pyrex, better than a heart of glass.
Sturdy,
Yeah.
but still very clear.
Microwave that.
Yeah, I like to think that myself as Flanders has a heart of Pyrex.
I second that motion or approve that statement.
To recap, so much has happened. You have just arrived today in Bryn Shander. Unfortunately, you arrived at your bar to learn that your trusted advisor, assistant, helper, co-owner, Elfie, has been drawn to be sacrificed to Oral in a week at the next new moon. Not only that, but you found out you probably have an alien blob eating your memories. So
That's fun.
plenty on Erastus's plate. Where we pick up, Erastus is having a nice, soothing bath and was suddenly spoken to by a voice who identified as his Oblex.
Oh God, I'm going to cry.
Ooh, good.
You sound like a Bachelor producer.
Bring it for the podcast, yes.
Give us your tears.
Have another drink. She said you're ugly.
Jesus Christ.
And then I'm going to Frankenbite everything you say. It would sound awful.
I love it. I love it. I told the voice in my head, like, yeah, pitch me, bro. Try to explain to me why the voice in my head is suddenly a good thing and not the thing that, convinced serial killers to murder folks and whatnot.
And that voice said, not just a voice, I'm your Oblex. Except the idea that I had in the car
Yeah.
is a different voice for the Oblex,
Ooh, love that.
which I will do now, but none of you can watch me do it.
Oh, should we look away? Should we cover our eyes?
Everyone look away.
No. Stop. No giggles. Stop it. Get the giggles out.
Not just a voice. I'm your Oblex.
I'm going to keep doing this shit.
Yeah.
But,
Hell yeah.
Okay, wait. So you're in the car, just driving down the road, and
You should get an award for your dedication to this.
Yeah, thank you.
I am into it.
Not just a voice, Erastus. I am your Oblex.
I am just going to sink deeper into my bathtub. I am dealing with a lot at the moment. I just discovered that I have a family. My father is probably dead. I have been derelict in my duties as a prince. And now I have goo inside my head.
Oh, goo. Erastus, you've barely gotten to know me. There's so much I can do for you.
Like what, bro? Or them or they? What are your pronouns, Oblex?
I don't really have a gender.
Okay, bro. What do you think you can do for me?
I have abilities I can grant you. I can make you, for instance, immune to blindness and being charmed. You can never be charmed again. Against your will, of course.
I was barely charmed by that dragon, so...
I beg to differ.
My friend snapped me out of being charged by that Charlotte dragon with a sick high five. So you're gonna have to come up with something better if you want to take over my brain and, like, live off of my quote-unquote memories.
How about you can't be deafened? And
Oh, no, I don't have to hear other people talking. Darn.
you can't be knocked prone?
Oh, because I hate naps and head injuries? What's wrong with you, Oblex? Jesus Christ. Screw you. I am turning you off in my brain.
Not possible, I'm afraid.
I can ignore you.
Try to ignore me. I can just continue to feed on you as well. It doesn't necessarily matter to me.
Doesn't necessarily matter to me either. You want to have a nihilist off? I'm ready. Come for me. Eat my memories because I don't want to remember anything anyway.
I love a challenge.
Yeah, there's not much in there anyway, bro. I love a head injury. I love a blackout. I love just, stuffing my trauma down in a way that makes me just forget giant swaths of things that have happened to me. So I hope you're anorexic. Because you're going to starve to death in this dumb adult brain.
You hear no more response.
I wasn't going to get my hair wet, but you know what? I'm going to sink all the way into the bathtub.
Back downstairs in the honeyfucker, Martha has just finished combing through the journal a little more carefully. She found a page, a diagram, in the journal and tucked it away in her pocket for use in her pamphlets. Gentry was watching Sagan learn how to make drinks and play with the bartending supplies, and Tohri went to freshen up for his date.
I would like to attune to my rod.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so you spend part of your time attuning to your new item.
Yes.
And in the process, you discover it is a rod of rulership.
Ooh, a rod of rulership. Go on.
You can use an action to present the rod and command obedience from each creature of your choice that you can see within 120 feet of you.
I'm already drunk with power.
What I'm unclear on is if there's any limit of number of creatures, and I'm not.
There's not.
Yeah, I'm not going to enforce one. Each target.
This is OP.
Well,
The save is not that high.
yeah, each target has to succeed a DC 15 wisdom save.
Yeah.
So it doesn't necessarily charm all of them. While charmed, the creature regards you as its trusted leader, and there's rules about what you can tell it to do. But the people who aren't charmed can, work against you, depending on who they are and what they want.
Do they know they're charmed after they've been charmed?
They do not.
They won't know.
Love that.
They may question their own behavior and come to realize that they are charmed, depending on what happens, but it's not something they inherently know after the effect wears off.
Yeah, if you tell them to do something that's contrary to their nature, like jump off a building, for example,
Right.
they're going to stop being charmed.
Got it. Okay. Sweet.
And Erastus.
I mean, I would like to wear my sunglasses in the bathtub. Like, have you guys watched Dead Ringers? There's a great scene where Beverly is wearing sunglasses in the bathtub.
A vibe.
The glasses that you hold in your hands are eyes of minute seeing. You have advantage on any investigation checks at close range while you're wearing these glasses.
I look really cool wearing them, right?
Yeah. but they're your readers.
I'm just going to be the person that wears sunglasses at all times now,
That's about right.
which I feel like goes very well with me having an existential crisis.
Awesome.
It's new edgy Erastus, dark Erastus. Tohri is going to, he's going to freshen himself up. He's going to take a bath and maybe use some of the soap I assume Erastus has a variety of in every bathroom. And eventually he'll come down looking as nice as he can manage. He knows what, like, dressing up is. The man did used to be well off, so he knows what that looks like. Hold on, let me look at his inventory. I don't think he has... Oh, I do have a pair of fine clothes, actually, in my inventory.
Mm-hmm. You do.
And that sweet armor.
And that's sweet armor. So I think that he does freshen himself up a bit. He finger combs his hair. He puts on the good tunic, you know. He'll come downstairs and ready himself to take all of Gentry's money.
I'm not giving you my money. I'm buying you dinner. I mean,
Yeah.
let's be clear.
Yeah.
Also, just reviewing the notes for drinks included.
Yeah, they are. Or I could just, you know, tell Torga that I found the rod that she's missing.
No, I'm excited for this. I think Martha and I, we're gonna also attend and hang out on your date.
Like,
Oh, we're going. I'm going.
we're not going to be at the same table.
I already told her, like, I can't afford the food there. It's a little overpriced for me. So I'll split an appetizer and get cocktails at the bar. But I'm not doing a full-blown dinner unless she wants to buy me dinner too.
No, I'm not buying anybody else dinner. Hey there, Tohri, you're looking real sharp, smelling great. Do you need any coaching on, like, dinner conversation and...
No.
Okay. Is Torga a source of sort of any information that we could ask her?
I don't know about you guys. I did want to ask her about her weird security guy, Sefik, because he was saying some stuff about the sacrifices that Bryn Shander does, which struck me as, you know, psychotic. So I thought I would ask where she dug that gem out from.
That is kind of psychotic, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, God, you think she's going to bring Sefik?
I don't think that they're a package deal necessarily.
It's a date.
Yeah.
Other people understand date boundaries, Gentry.
Well,
As Martha walks up to Tohri and says, "Good luck, bestie," and just slips a condom in his pocket.
Roll dexterity. Sleight of hand.
Oh, I have a +1. Great. That's a 19.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't even notice you slip the condom in his pocket.
I don't. Yeah. My passive is 18. How did you do that?
When it matters, I'm very dexterous.
These are the important moments. Alfie, you're good to babysit for the evening?
Oh, yeah. I got this. He'll be well taken care of.
I look at Sagan to see if he is, in fact, well taken care of.
Sagan does that thing where he was having fun till you walked in.
That's about right. Yeah, that's about right. Well, I'm off to La Pesca. Anyone who's coming can come.
I was going to stay behind and learn how to make that sick armor or go out and exchange some of my items for bronze.
so you are going to have Ronnie then with you.
Rami.
Rami.
Rami with an M.
I think Gentry has just been calling him Ronnie. And like
I know she has.
I do the whole like 2-finger eye to eye at Ronnie and I say, you behave yourself.
And he gives you a thumbs up.
And you help Erastus with that armor plan and use that knowledge that you have put to good use, not building a murder dragon. Proud of you, kind of. Want to be proud of you. Make good choices, everyone.
Rami stands up straight and gives you kind of like a very formal attention salute and says, "Make good choices."
Sweet.
I don't like this at all.
That's not weird.
So the three of you, Tohri, Martha, and Gentry, make your way to La Pesca, the finest restaurant in town. You walk in. The muffled music of a pianoforte is the first thing that you notice. When you walk in, you see tables covered in clean white tablecloths and people conversing over candlelit dinners. Servers in clean aprons pass between the tables. In the center of the dining room is a large tank filled with some pretty beefy-looking lobsters. And seated at a table with a single candle is Torga. She waves at you, Tohri.
I give her a charming smile and I'll head right on over.
All of you roll perception as well before you walk over.
19.
I got an 18.
I
got a 7.
Gentry and Tohri, you notice Duvessa Shane also happens to be dining here this evening at a private table in the corner.
Oh, snap.
Okay.
Martha doesn't know shit.
Typical.
So Gentry would like to speak to someone in charge, like a host, or actually is the manager present?
You want to speak to someone's manager?
Are you a Karen?
I don't necessarily need to. What is the going rate for like how much a waiter makes in a night?
Oh, that's a really good question. 5 gold?
Okay.
A night?
That's pretty good, actually. Jesus Christ.
It's the most expensive restaurant.
Yeah.
It is a fancy restaurant, it's true.
Gratuities, you know?
Oh, do we tip here? I wasn't sure. It's like a percentage.
Well, it's more European, but they just pay a living wage. So
Right. Let's have a chat with the waitress. See who our waiter is.
A waiter with very broad shoulders and a gilded nameplate that says Derek sees you waving him over and comes to see what you'd like. How may I help you?
I pull him aside and I say, hey, hello, sir. You seem like you're a hardworking guy. I am, you might not believe it, I have some waiting service in my background. And also I am wondering if I could perhaps pay you more than you would make tonight for me to take over your job tonight. And your manager's cool with that. I don't want to take away a day's pay for you, sir, but you like a night off?
Roll persuasion.
Ooh, that is 19.
I was hoping to get another set of lifting in tonight.
Gotta get them gains.
Yeah, if you can convince my manager, yeah. And the manager is a very tall woman who seems pretty fucking no nonsense.
Has she ever maybe been like she knows my troop. She knows. Does she know me? Does she know me?
One way to find out.
Okay. So I'll go talk to
the manager and ask, do you know who I am?
No. I say, hey there. Wow. Restaurant's looking great tonight. Good to see you, by the way. It's been a little bit. How have you been?
Martha is just standing behind Gentry, just looking so confused and being like, there's no way this works.
I say, go sit at the bar.
And then I go sit at the bar, but I couldn't care less about the date anymore. All I want to know is
How this is gonna go down.
if Gentry manages to take a guy's job for a night.
I rolled wisdom for her and I got a 5.
Oh, God.
She doesn't recognize you, but she also is hospitality.
Yeah.
So she's going to say, oh, yes, well, you know how it goes. How are you?
I'm doing great. My friend is here on a very special date. Derek, he had to go home. He's feeling a little iffy and maybe contagious. As you know, I have some hospitality service myself, and since it's my friend and you're busy, I'd like to step in and take over for him. I can handle his other tables too if you want me to, but he's very sick.
I'm so surprised that he didn't tell me. Well, if you can just prove that you can do the job, here.
And she hands you a tray full of martini glasses.
Okay.
Carry this to that table at the end of the bar, and the job is yours for tonight.
Okay.
Don't spill a drop.
Don't spill a drop.
That is going to be a dexterity roll.
Okay. I'm going to also cast Mage Hand to help support the tray and kind of catch anything that wobbles.
Do it at advantage.
Ooh, okay. That is a 12.
You reach the other end of the bar where there's a group of women. They're like, we're celebrating her birthday! And start handing out martinis. You spilled a little, but it's not so bad.
Okay.
None of them notice.
Great. Do I have the job?
Very well. The job is yours for this evening.
Hey, real quick though, what would you have paid Derek tonight?
5 gold.
Okay, can I get that a credit to the meal because you're not paying Derek tonight? I'm gonna do this for free. You don't have to pay me.
A credit to what meal?
Whatever we order.
Who's we?
Oh, my friends, whose meal this is. I'm basically working for free, so can we just get it towards that meal?
Yes. Unfortunately, you'll also have to wait on them. Are you sure that's not a problem for you?
Oh, it is not at all.
Very well. Get to work.
Okay, I'm ready.
For the first thing, you could seat this guest at his table.
Yep. Good sir.
Is it me? Am I the guest?
Welcome to La Pesca. Your dinner date is already here and waiting for you. Right this way.
This is gonna be quite the evening, I can already tell.
Your friend can go wait at the bar.
Okay, I'm gonna go sit at the bar, and I'm thinking about which spells I can cast on Gentry just because she's annoying me.
Yeah, same. This is a terrible, terrible waiting experience, and I'm not even there.
So she shows you to the table, and Torga stands up as you arrive, Tohri.
Torga. How does Torga look tonight?
Torga looks pretty damn good,
Okay.
honestly. Her hair is pulled back in a tight, high ponytail, and a long silver mane of hair sort of spills down her back. She's picked out something that clearly is clean and really nice. And she even appears freshly showered.
Look at her.
Tohri, roll perception
Okay.
at disadvantage because you're a man.
Okay.
This is my favorite new rule.
18.
Even for a man, you can tell that she looks especially amazing because she's wearing makeup.
Oh, she put some effort in. I extend a hand to her and say, Torga, you look ravishing this evening.
As she blushes,
Oh, thank you.
I've heard that the service here is very prompt, so I'm expecting...
I pull your chair out.
Yeah, thank you. I take a seat.
To be honest, I thought maybe you wouldn't even show.
Please. I wouldn't miss this for the world.
Would you like to hear the specials?
Yeah, actually, I would. What are the specials?
The specials are chowder. You've got
You hear
your,
Martha go, yes!
as an appetizer, you've got your options of chowder with cheddar bay biscuit. And that's
Cheddar babies, are we at Red Lobster?
essentially, yes. That is how I'm imagining it.
Red Lobster.
That is how I'm imagining Pesca is Red Lobster, essentially.
Gentry tells us all of the wonderful specials that
Yeah.
she may or may not have made up for the evening.
yeah.
We've got crab legs from Lonely Wood and lake trout from Targos, and that is served with no vegetables because they do not grow here.
I'll have the steamed lobster seafood platter.
Yes, you will. And
Torga, please feel free to indulge this evening.
I love a good mug of ale.
what is that?
Ale, a big mug.
Mug of ale. I thought you said a mug of ale. Like it was some fancy seafood thing that Torga knew. Yes, and for the gentleman of water,
What is like the most expensive liquor this place has?
There's 3 shelves, and on the top shelf, there are some dusty bottles of whiskey.
Oh, I'll go for that. Absolutely. I'll go for their finest whiskey. This is funny for me, Christina, as a player, because I decided to play an alcoholic. I don't drink, so I know nothing about alcohol.
Right?
Bring the bottle.
unfortunately, no, the bartender will not allow that because people do tend to overindulge, but I'll be happy to pour you a sip, a glass, and we'll set it aside for you.
Well, it's a special evening. I want to treat my lady friend here to
Oh, she's having ale. And I walk away. And I put the order in with the kitchen, and I talk to the bartender. Martha, hey, don't know if you noticed that Duvessa is here. Is Duvessa with anybody or by herself?
She's dining with a young woman with short hair wearing glasses.
If you want to, like, listen to old Duvessa, your fellow speaker over there.
I have my chowder coming out in like a few minutes.
No, I mean, at your leisure, I have a feeling Tori's going to
So
milk this for a while.
But yeah, no, okay, yeah, I'll listen in on them, but I'm gonna wait until Gentry is as far as possible from both me and Tohri, and then I'm gonna cast Zone of Truth centered on her location.
That's going to happen as soon as she goes to the kitchen.
Perfect. Kitchen's getting the Zone of Truth.
Back at the table with Tohri, Torga says,
Your friend said you were a single father? I have to tell you right now, I can't be tied down.
Listen, you're in the prime of your life. I don't want to shackle you with anything. It's a complicated situation. What about you, though? Tell me more about you.
About me? Well, the ice veins have been in this region for many generations. I'm pretty proud of what I've built here, to be honest. Have a great little racket in every town. Most of the businesses around here pay for protection. And I'm fairly well connected by now.
Oh?
What about yourself?
Well, as you said, you've seen me around. Been doing some work for various speakers in a few places. My friend, I say after a moment of begrudging emotion, Martha, happens to be the newly elected Speaker of Goodmead.
You know, if that's your friend, you might be in a position to make some money.
Oh?
I wouldn't let most people in on this, but do you remember earlier today there was an item, a rod,
Yeah.
that your friend was interested in? I know she didn't get it, but I don't know where it went. And if I'm honest, it got me in kind of a lot of trouble.
Oh?
But I was able to trade. Instead of getting punished for losing the rod, I gave a tip on where Martha was, and they let me off the hook.
Oh, really? I lean in on that. Interesting.
I've heard that Maxilnadar is offering a pretty penny to anyone offering information about her whereabouts.
Maxilnadar? And how is that spelled?
Wait, let's try it. Let's all try to spell it. Maxilnadar.
MCK
Umlaut.
DY.
He's Mormon.
I'm putting money. There's an apostrophe in there somewhere.
All of you, I'll drop some information for you right now that you would know as locals. His name is Speaker, and I don't know how to pronounce this, Naerth. Narth?
N-A-T...
Nearth.
Nerth?
Nerth.
Nerth.
Okay. Nerth Maxil Danar. There's 2 R's at the end. M-A-X-I. I know, I didn't write it. M-A-X-I-L-D-A-N-A-R-R.
Maxildanar. Got it. All right.
Yeah. He is the town speaker of Targos.
Oh. I am leaning into her very intrigued. And I say, well, how much did you get?
Well, in this case, I got my life back. But you could probably strike up a pretty good bargain. Someone as handsome as yourself.
You're such a flatterer, Torga. You said it was for like a special friend. Is that Maxildanar?
Yes, he was extremely interested in it.
How well do you know that man you have working security? What was his name? Seth something?
Oh, Sefik?
Yeah.
Sefik keeps to himself, but he's a good security guy. Always takes good care of me.
You don't think that he might have a reason to be light-fingered on occasion?
Sefik, no. No, he gets his pleasure in other ways.
Like what? Like what, Torga?
Did that sound bad? Let me rephrase. He doesn't like to steal, and I pay him plenty well. He's got an odd sense of justice, that one.
In what way?
I guess I would call him devout. I've never seen him pray. You know how occasionally people try to dodge the sacrifice?
Yeah.
Well, he treats that kind of like his own personal sport. He doesn't like it when people try to dodge, it turns out. Go figure.
Treats it like a sport in that he tries to find them?
Oh yeah, he goes and kills them when they try to dodge.
Oh, okay. All right. Does he talk to you about it?
To be honest, I don't really care.
Okay, all right.
They were gonna die anyway.
Well, that's not wrong. So when you're saying he's devout, as in to the Frost Maiden,
Well, I can't think of any other reason why he would care so much.
as you said, some people have an interesting idea of fun.
She finger walks her hand over towards you.
What's your idea of fun?
I'm only mad because I was going to ask her that first.
Yeah, the finger walk is a clutch seduction move.
Ryan approved, so you know it's good.
Gotta use your fingies.
How old do we say Torga is?
Definitely old. But who's judging?
She's a dwharf, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm an elf, so like, what are lifespans at this point?
Right.
That's what I always say.
You know, after 100 years, who really cares anymore, you know? You see somebody for not only what they do, but what they can do for you.
I didn't know you were a poet.
I've been told I have a way with words.
Never been told that.
Shut up.
Wait, did you fail your saving throw on Zone of Truth?
Oh, that's a good question.
I haven't done my saving throw yet.
Do your saving throw.
That's 20 not natural.
Dang it. Okay, but everyone else in the kitchen may or may not be able to lie right now.
And I shoot a look over because people know when they've been happy.
Mostly because you hear Martha go, fuck.
So I bring the drinks back, set them down. Tori gets one of the top shelf, at least right now. I have obliged the top shelf pour, not the whole bottle. And I said, now, here's your beverages. Just to confirm, it is a seafood platter for the gentleman and for the lady. What was it that you would like to have to eat?
You know, that seafood platter, it's the most expensive thing on the menu, too. That sounds very good. Make it 2.
Yeah.
As you wish. And then I go
And
into the kitchen.
and a side of crab rangoons. I just love seafood, Tori.
You know, I would love some of those as well. I think that Torga's got the right idea here.
And let's start with a medley of chowder.
Can we get the flight? The Chowder flight?
Chowder flight.
Great idea. But let's get separate flights. Can he have the light chowders and I'll have the dark chowders?
And then we can share.
Nope, we only have the light chowders on the menu tonight.
She looks at the wall where there's a sign that lists at least 12 chowders.
I said what I said.
Look to see if you can get truffles shaved on anything.
Somebody from the next table leans over.
Tori,
Do not have truffles in your Icewind Dale.
am I worth truffle to you?
You are worth more than truffle. We absolutely should enjoy.
We do not have truffles in Icewind Dale. Unfortunately, they need to be buried in the earth, which is literally frozen.
I am certain that I had them at another restaurant recently. Why don't you go ask the chef and see if we can have some grated over our meals tonight?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't come to this restaurant to be lectured about plants and horticulture.
My apologies, miss. Okay, well, if that is it for now, I'll go get these orders in.
Just two lovely people enjoying a lovely dinner together.
Two lovely people talking about extortion and murder and trying to hustle the most expensive meal they can.
I know, Torga is not that nice of a person.
Torga's perfect for Tohri.
I'm worried that Tori's actually falling in love.
Yeah. Torga, I'm like, not really keen to treat her.
Is somebody learning a lesson about the true cost of stealing? Gentry?
Definitely not Tohri.
No, he's having a great time.
Yeah. I go back to the kitchen and I say, we've got 2 seafood platters on table 4, fire 2 rangoons and hands and hands and fire that chef. Thank you, chef. Just, sorry. Have a good night. Just let me know when those are ready.
The kitchen, who are all under zone of truth. Some guy's like, who the hell is this? And the chef is like, I don't know. Get out of my kitchen. Who told me to take orders from you? Look at you. You're messy. Your hair's not back. These meals need to be presented with a certain poise. Here. And he thrusts a whole tray of chowders into your arms. Deliver this to its tables before it gets cold.
Yes, chef. Thank you, chef.
And brush your hair.
You brush your hair.
Not over the chowder.
Okay, I, thaumaturgy the door slammed as I leave the kitchen, and...
The door to the kitchen is swinging, and each time it opens, you can clearly hear everyone shouting.
As it devolves into chaos.
I'm going to go ahead and summon my unseen servant to help distribute the chowders. So there suddenly starts chowders appearing, delivered by an invisible force.
That is a brilliant move.
While the entree is being prepared, I will continue to kind of loiter where I can hear what's being said.
Next to Tohri and Torga or next to Duvessa?
Next to Tohri and Torga.
Okay, I am straight up feeding Torga chowder.
Yes!
Yeah.
This might be the first time that Martha has lost her appetite for chowder, and she's now also having an existential crisis.
You guys need to be nicer to old ladies because old ladies can get it.
No, I'm grossed out by the Tohri side of this.
Is it like a are we doing an airplane or is it more?
Yeah, it's like, no. He's just kind of like, oh no, Torga, you must try this. And just sort of like offering the spoon across the table to her, you know?
I love it.
That kind of move, that kind of vibe.
She is eating it up.
Hell yeah.
Hi, listeners. It's Flanders, your favorite wannabe cowgirl. I'd love to tell you about a podcast that I've really been enjoying called Of Mice and Men and Monsters. This is a fun spin on your typical D&D podcast because they are taking D&D elements and dropping them into worlds of classic literature. As you may be able to hear, I am recovering from a cold, and I spent part of my downtime listening to their Winnie the Pooh story arc, which was a lot of fun. Think of it like fan fiction, where some of the most popular stories of all time come to life in a D&D setting. So far, they've tackled Frankenstein, Moby Dick, Robin Hood, The Count of Monte Cristo, Oliver Twist, Robinson Crusoe, and The Great Gatsby, with many more to come. In between each book, they have bonus book report episodes where Dungeon Master Caitlin uses her master's degree and literature background to dissect the book, its history, and literature significance, while also divulging the Easter eggs that she planted from the books in the campaign. They release a new episode every other Wednesday, so go check out Of Mice and Men and Monsters wherever you listen to podcasts.
So you've said you got connections. You've traveled all over the 10 towns, it sounds like. What's the most recent thing that you've been up to?
I'm sure you know that the heat around Martha has been getting intense.
Did you hear about the attempt over in Goodmead on the day of the election?
Oh, I heard that one of the assassins took a shot.
I got to watch that, actually.
How close were you?
Pretty close.
He must have really botched it bad. She doesn't look that tough.
She's surprisingly resilient.
You just hear from a distance, I'm unkillable!
She's surprisingly resilient. She's got more going on than she likes to let on. I mean, you've heard the propaganda, you know, she climbed over the mountains all by herself.
Blah, blah, blah. Believe it when I see it. Her days are numbered. She wasn't even supposed to be the speaker. Did you know that?
I know that there was, what was his name? That other guy who was...
Shandar.
Shandar, that's right.
That was Nurth's pick.
That was whose pick? Sorry, I didn't hear.
Narth's?
I didn't hear you.
Narth? I'm sorry, I've only
Narth.
ever seen his name written down.
Nairth. Nairth, the speaker of Torgos. That's right. Okay. Were they, was like his pick betting wise, or were they in cahoots?
Shandar has been his contact in Goodmead for many years. Martha has totally cut off that line of supply and trade. She doesn't know what's coming for her.
You've got your finger on the pulse, Torga. I'm so impressed. You know so much about this kind of thing.
Well, tell me some of your own secrets. You seem pretty connected yourself.
Well,
What have you heard?
I've heard that there's some forces outside of the 10 towns that are trying to get in on the action as well.
Outside? Do tell.
Well, you see, there happens to be I guess you could call them an assassin's guild that some pretty important people have paid to track her down.
That's some south of the mountains shit. What'd she do?
She wrote some kind of tell-all book exposing some fancy important person for worshipping devils.
Some of the people passing into Bryn Shander tried to sell me that garbage.
The book or the devil worship?
The book. Some people say that Maxil Nadar is into devil worship, but that's a pretty serious accusation. I can't imagine anyone living through that accusation.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like you might have some knowledge about that, too.
He's not one to mess with.
Listen, we're talking so much about Martha.
You're right.
I want to know more about you, Torga. You said their family's been here for generations.
Yeah.
Are they all in the same business?
Generally, trading and grifting has been our family business for a long time. I have family south of the wall as well, running scams in Luskin and Waterdeep and other D&D names that I don't really know.
Other places and other towns. What's a Baldur's Gate's a place?
Yes.
Yeah.
Does Gentry hear that?
Sure.
She is eavesdropping.
Yes.
Okay. So Gentry clocks that, like, she's running
Grifts and scams for
grifts and
family.
scams
Torga's connected to the underworld.
in other places.
This turns out to be a very auspicious date for Tohri. He's
Is
like,
Tohri like quarter or half chub?
roll a perception check, see if you can sense it.
I'm not even here. You know what? I feel like I can sense a chub in my friend group.
In your community? Amazing.
Aw, I only got a 3. I'm still in my bathtubs moping.
It will forever be a mystery.
Damn it.
Are you still in the bathtub?
No, I'm learning. I'm making.
The fine art of armor making.
Although I do like the idea that Erastus is actually learning from the bathtub.
I mean, I could be doing this conversation with that cute little kobold.
Rami's a Durgar.
Durgard, sorry. You know, tiny small creature that I'm not fucking.
Tiny small little guy. Definitely not fucking at the moment. At the honeyfucker, while you're in the tub, there's a knock on the door. You hear Alfie go answer it, but you don't hear anything else, so it's probably fine. Back to the restaurant.
Can I hear A, does Torga know I'm there? And B, can I hear what they're saying?
Torga does not know you're there. Why don't you roll perception?
Is a 4 good enough?
Nope. Tohri is facing you, so you can see his facial expression more than hers. You definitely have a view of the escalating points of contact between the two people. You see them touching feet below the table.
Oh no, we're playing footsie in here?
Not footsie, just a little tap.
Tap, tap, taparoo.
Yeah, I'm just focused on my chowder, and I'm trying to listen on to Duvessa's conversation.
The snippets that you can pick up of Duvessa's conversation are matters of state. They're talking about the city budget, setting up road closures, and staffing the militia, all that boring speaker stuff that you haven't ever done.
Okay, great.
To Torga, I say, it's been a little bit since I've been in Bryn Shander. Have you been here more recently? Have you heard the gossip on the streets recently?
The same stuff. You got something you're interested in hearing about?
I'm just interested in seeing if anything's changed while I was gone.
Oh, when did you leave? And how did I miss you?
That will be a mystery to even me. But I think that I was last here around the last new moon, actually. A few days after, I think, is when we left.
I remember that sacrifice. That one was a halfling, right?
Mm-hmm. They strung him up on the stand by the wall.
What do you think happens to them the next day when they're gone?
I know not every town does people. It's always curious to me exactly what the Frost Maiden gets out of it. But I have seen something interesting while I was traveling around. I've seen beings sort of moved by the frost.
Moved?
Things that are not alive, but are animated by winter itself, that used to be people. It kind of makes me wonder if they end up like that, if she comes down and snatches them up and turns her into their little frozen puppets, maybe.
Oh, well, that's spooky. I like it.
Okay.
I've had a run-in with a few of those. Put them down, obviously, but it was quite something. Outside the towns, you get out into the wilderness and things change. Things start getting very different.
There's no money to be made in the wilderness. What are you doing out there?
Well, Torga, and I lean in again, and I say, there's a little bit of a thrill you get out of putting yourself in danger like that, Knowing that maybe you can't make it out alive of this one, having to survive only by your own skill and luck. Have you ever had something like that?
Well, she leans a little closer to you, and she says,
When you put it like that.
Martha's just like,
Ryan's face is so red right now.
for embarrassment for all of us.
Absolutely.
Yes.
For the pure shame, the absolute shame of it.
So Gentry, they are like nose to nose.
They're going to bang on the table if you don't get in there shortly.
Yeah, I know. So I also kind of do that gag thing, and I go run to the kitchen to grab the food, and then I want to go hear what Duvessa is saying, but I don't want you to have to talk to yourself.
You can gather that the person sitting next to her is somebody that she works with.
So I will drop off whatever they ordered, and I'll say, "How are you enjoying your meal, Miss Duvessa? It is so nice to see you out and about with the town folk. I mean, the best of the best town folk, of course, but how's it been? Sacrifice coming up. Did you know that you are dining with Martha Sinclair, the new town speaker of, well, not dining with, obviously, dining in the same restaurant as new town speaker of Goodmead?
She looks over and she does see you, Martha.
Does Martha have chowder on her face?
I am an experienced chowder eater. How dare you?
True. In Goodmead, they don't actually do the sacrifices. It's so nice there to not do that.
They do heat, am I right?
Yeah, which, you can all kind of just work together and kind of get through it as opposed to killing someone. It's nice.
Yes, I suppose that works very well for them.
Yeah, it's worth exploring, new ways of keeping your community alive without, keeping voters.
Look, I understand that you might not be a fan of the current state of things, but be aware. You are in the minority, my dear.
Well, I'm just saying it's nice to see a different form of appeasing oral, just kind of tossing around some other options maybe that you've probably considered already, and what those could be that don't involve a community member dying that could be voting for you, paying taxes. That's a taxpayer.
I must admit, I don't blame you. However, you are mistaken if you take me for a unilateral dictator of this community. I am but a representative, beholden to the will of the people.
Such a cop-out.
We've got a bread pudding tonight for dessert, if you'd like it. I'm gonna spit in it. I don't say that, but I am going to.
She looks at you for a moment and takes in your reaction and softens a bit and says,
I have no doubt that there are many who would benefit greatly from the abolishing of this policy. But were I to do so, I fear I would merely be unseated, and another, more sympathetic to public sentiment, installed in my place. Furthermore, I fear there are those who would take matters into their own hands. No, it is my opinion that the sacrifice represents but a pittance to a God who would take much, much more, if not for our commitment to each other and our collaborative and controlled approach to such matters. You would be wise to be careful to whom you express such thoughts.
No, roger that. I heard that loud and clear, Mr. Vessa. So that was a yes on the bread pudding?
Yes, my dear. Thank you.
Okay, I go fire some bread puddings and get the crab rangoons and, just drop it all off.
I want to ask, as we're dining over our rangoons, our crab rangoons, my favorite actual thing ever, I want to press Torga a little bit more for the word on the street. Any news or goings-on or hot goss about Bryn Shander?
Well, I expect that we'll have a lot more coming in the next week or so with all of the refugees flooding into town.
I saw definitely a lot of that coming in, yeah.
And easy pickings.
she tucks a stray strand of hair behind her ear and looks up at you through her eyelashes.
I pickpocketed at least 4 people on the way here.
Really? Anything good?
Let me check.
She checks her pocket.
Oh my god, they are soulmates.
Tori's like half pretending at this point and half actually legitimately interested, like, oh, what'd you get?
And a fistful of gold. Sometimes you get lucky. Half of the magic shit on my card is stuff I've lifted along the way. You can't find magic items in Icewind Dale.
After all these years, things are starting to thin out. People, resources. East Haven, I don't know. You haven't seen it, have you?
East Haven?
Half of it's gone at this point.
Should we go loot it? Together?
Well, I've got some business a little bit more... I don't know which direction Lonelywood is.
North.
I've got some business a little bit more north from here, but...
Oh, some business. Tell me more.
You said you weren't interested in family matters, so I'll spare you on that.
Oh, it's a family thing.
Mm-hmm.
Families are such a pain in the ass.
Tell me about it.
They tie you down.
There are some obligations we unfortunately can't escape.
What's the over-under on these two, like, eloping this evening?
I'm so here for this.
This is out of control.
She raises her glass to cheers you, and she says,
I'm not in for obligations. Here's to us on our own. Yes.
I absolutely toast that, knock one back.
Mm-hmm.
And then as I finish my whiskey, I hold the glass up and say, waiter, another.
I go to the bar and I don't get the fanciest one. I'd get a mid-shelf and pour it in and drop it at Tori's table.
You're going to have to roll deception.
Oh, that is 22.
I think Tohri gets to perception check using smell and taste.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Martha looking out. Thank you, Flanders. That's 19.
Okay.
I don't think Tohri has ever sent an alcohol back in his life.
And will that be all for y'all tonight? Or you would like
You might get more tips if you smiled a little bit more.
I smile. And I say to Tohri, also, as a nudge, we gotten everything we need out of this. Are you ready to be done? Is that all for you?
Back at the Honeyfucker.
I'm still just sulking with my very cool sunglasses.
You hear the clink of bottles downstairs. That's not unusual.
Can I flip through this book again, this notebook?
You left it downstairs. Martha was reading it.
Oh. I'm going to flop. I'm just flopping. I'm flopping.
Okay.
I'm moping. I'm generally moping.
Anyone downstairs would hear you stomping around.
Yeah, I'm like staring out the window and like leaning up against a door frame. You know, all my cool guy poses with my sunglasses inside.
The screen is split and there's like a transparent image of your face projected over your shoulder, gazing off into the middle distance.
Exactly. Yeah, you got it.
Great. back at the restaurant. Are you ready to leave, Tohri?
I think that after a little bit more schmoozing, I'm 100% rizzing up Torga as much as possible. As much as I would love to continue the rest of the evening with you. Unfortunately, some of those obligations I can't escape are going to be pulling me away for the evening.
Do a charisma check with advantage.
16.
I must admit I was surprised to have such a good time with you tonight. Now look, I don't know where I'm going to be able to tell you you can find me. I'm a rolling stone.
I nod knowingly.
But I would like to see you again. Maybe we can make that happen?
I would love to make that happen.
She gives you a bright smile and allows you to put her coat around her shoulders. At the same time, Duvessa appears to be getting up to leave, and her attendant is also collecting her coat.
I
Yes.
stand back a little bit. I get a vantage point of the room, and I take inventory of Torga, Duvessa, maybe a couple other patrons of the restaurant who have been less than kind to their waiter today.
Sure.
And I take out my rod of rulership.
Oh my god.
So let's say I picked Torga, Duvessa. I pick another dining couple that were maybe dismissive of me or just generally demanding and not cool. And I say to the room, you're going to all argue over who gets to pay the bill because you all want to pay the bill so badly that you will fight amongst each other as my friends and I leave.
I'm going to rule that's against Torga's nature.
I would say against nature is like to not kill yourself.
Having had a very in-depth conversation with Torga, paying at all is against her nature.
But the others can argue.
Nice try, Dana.
No, I do like it. I do like it.
It's not like it's like throwing yourself off a cliff. Like this, paying a bill.
For Torga, it might be.
Yeah.
But what about Tohri?
She didn't name me.
I was not going to make Tohri do it.
Didn't choose me.
Or Martha. I don't want one of our party members to go broke.
I do.
Can Torga just at least roll with advantage then to save?
I disagree 100%.
Why is Gentry cheap?
Gentry just doesn't want to pay for this person's food. This person turned out to be kind of a shithead and a bad person.
Turned out to be.
You're the one who stole from her.
And you've caused so much chaos in this very nice restaurant.
Actually, to be fair, Martha technically caused the chaos. Everything was actually fine.
Oh!
No. I won't say that I helped, but it wasn't all me.
I just think that it's very funny for Gentry to try and take the moral high ground here when the reason this date is happening is because she was trying to actively steal from Torga.
It's not a crime to steal from someone if you find out they did something bad.
I also just overheard that Torga has taken money to like give up Martha, who even though I don't always like Martha, I like Martha. Like I care about Martha and she's like put her life in danger. I stole something, but like Torga is like gonna get someone murdered.
Wow. Yeah, you've got people in your thrall against their consent, and you're taking the high ground.
I rolled with advantage for Torga. One was a 6. The other was a 15. Torga says, "Come on, let's run." And she dashes out.
Okay.
Duvessa rolled a natural 20. Okay, so her assistant rolled an 8.
Okay.
So the assistant is going to say,
Please, Duvessa, you must let me take care of the bill for the entire restaurant. You must.
and Duvessa will be like, "That's not how it works. We'll pay for our meal only. I admire your generosity." And she'll count out the money and she'll say, "Thank you for a fine evening."
Great.
And she gives you a little business card, a 2 silver tip, and she and her assistant leave.
I tell the assistant, I pull him to the side and said, Duvessa actually didn't pay enough and I need you to give me a little bit more from her.
She says, "Oh, okay. How much were you owed, did you say?"
It was about 15 more gold.
15 gold. My, I have only 8 on my person, so
Oh, you know what? Let me check. Oh, that'll do, actually.
so kind of you. Here's the 8 gold, and I'll just mark that down in my little journal here, and we'll review it later tonight.
Okay. Bye.
I left with Torga. I would probably try and at least part of the way walk Torga to wherever she's staying for the evening.
Going home with Torga.
Get it.
When you leave Martha, you do see Duvessa standing with her assistant waiting for a carriage to be pulled around. And she'll say, "Martha Sinclair,
It was brought to my attention you were dining here tonight.
Oh, the chowder was amazing. Did you have any of the chowder?
I did indeed. It's quite known for the stuff.
So good. I got the number 8 chowder of the 12.
Number 8 is a perennial favorite.
Lucky number 8, I always say.
You know, I've seen your pamphlets.
I'm so glad that they're working. Yes, I need to get a new set printed as soon as this paper shortage is over because so many updates. I mean, it doesn't even have my title, the Honorable Martha Sinclair, Town Speaker of Goodmead.
Ah, yes. I heard about your shocking appearance in Goodmead and subsequent success of winning the speakership. My congratulations and my condolences.
Oh, thank you so much. Condolences.
Oh, I've heard what happened with the dragon. Excellent work, by the way.
Oh,
I heard you did quite a deal of damage to it.
I did, yes, in fact. And, I think it's important as the town speaker to be a leader and to protect all of your citizens from dragons and giants and other such monster animals.
Quite right.
How many do you fight usually as speaker? And she's being genuine. She's just an idiot who doesn't know what a speaker's supposed to do.
I'm afraid adventurer was not my track of study coming up in politics. However, I do employ the services of many fine, capable adventurers to protect the city and perform other odd tasks.
Odd tasks, huh? Should I be doing those as speaker or like hiring someone to do those?
Surely you have plenty on your plate without having to deal with retrieving certain citizens from the wilderness or other such missions.
Oh, well, we have like really good hiking trails around. So if anyone wants to go in the wilderness, we just let them. Unless someone's lost, in which case we'd get them. But,
They must be hearty indeed in Goodmead.
Oh, that's what we say. Welcome to Goodmead, where we're hearty indeed.
Clever slogan. She genuinely laughs.
Well, I have an early morning tomorrow, so I would love to chat, and maybe I can stop in another day to visit with you. But unfortunately, now I must be going.
Of course. I would be interested at any time in discussing our continued collaboration. I bid you adieu.
Adieu.
Did you make that face?
As I walked away, I realized that I don't say adieu, and I made a face where I was just like, this is embarrassing. But I was 30 seconds from picking up a transatlantic accent, so I should just be grateful I didn't make a bigger ass out of myself.
As the rest of you approach the honeyfucker, the militia are standing at attention at the door, but they don't bar your entrance if you wish to go in.
I assume I bid my good nights to Torga and sent her on her way, and then group back up with Martha and Gentry as we return to the bar, to the tavern, and say, so I think that went really well.
I hope that never happens again. I wanted to barf.
How concerned for Martha's safety do we need to be this evening?
Oh, super. Yeah, you've got more than just Mr. Bingo after you at this point. You've got a whole ass town speaker of Torgos who wants to kill you because by becoming the town speaker of Goodmead, you unintentionally interrupted a black market supply deal that Shandar was going to set up with him. So, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and Torga 100% sold out your location to somebody because she was going to get killed for losing that rod that you stole. I say, pointing at Gentry.
It's a good rod, though.
And so she sold you out in order to save her own skin.
So Gentry's selfish behavior almost got someone murdered.
And might still get you murdered.
And then might get me murdered. Wow. Oh, the domino. This is a butterfly effect. Everyone's decision in this game always ends up in someone trying to kill me. How does this keep happening?
Sounds like a you problem.
We approach the tavern and head on inside.
I hear them arguing and approaching, so I'm going to start heading downstairs.
You enter the tavern, and sitting at the bar, chatting amiably with Alfie, is Suffolk. Alfie says,
Orastus, good timing. This guy here says that he's willing to offer some protection for us while we make our escape.
I'm going to lean against something cool guy style. Be like, protection, huh? What could be bad enough to be worth being protected from?
Suffolk smiles at you,
I scoff.
and he says, there are all kinds of dangers in all kinds of forms. I'm just a general handyman.
Well, I'm a handsy man, and danger is my turn on.
Oh.
So we're going to pass on this offer. But beer's on the house.
Now, I mean, it might be good to have someone.
I close the front door to the tavern very quietly. Is there a way to lock it?
Yeah,
I subtly and sneakily lock the door behind me
great.
after everyone comes in.
Yeah. And I say, hey, Erastus, I mean, let's see how much it'll cost us, because maybe it'll be worth it. It's always having another set of eyes can be really useful.
Sefik says,
You could benefit from some protection yourself, Martha.
Is Sagan down here?
yes, absolutely.
Can I make eye contact with Sagan intently and silently as I can? Like, I want to give him a very serious look and just like subtly point upstairs, like commanding him to go upstairs.
I feel like I should roll for him.
Insight.
Yeah, insight. See if he gets what you're saying. Sagan was looking at you with disgust, but noticing your change in demeanor, changes himself. He gives you a little nod and he says, Dad, I gotta pee. And he scampers up the steps.
The one time he listens to me. Very good.
Look, hey, Sefik, I mean, more people trying to help me not get killed is great, but there was an assassin and we took him out. It was fine, just like the blade of the night, no big deal. But yeah, I'm open to anyone who wants to help me not get murdered. Great. And if we can get Alfie out of here, get me out of here. What's your rate?
Can you smuggle our little friend to safety? Because that I'll pay for.
He says,
I consider myself a jack of all trades.
To Gentry, I lean over to her and very quietly whisper to her, can you make it quiet?
Yes.
Do that right now.
Okay.
Actually, no.
Oh.
No, wait, hold on. In just a second.
Okay. I got it ready.
I'm going to, as they're chatting, I'm going to walk over to the bar casual like I'm going to go and pour myself a drink or something, having my eyes on the alcohol. And as I approach, pass by Sefik, not really looking at him, I am going to pull the dagger of many daggers that I have on my person, hidden amongst my clothes. And I'm going to stab that guy in the neck.
I think both of us are going to have to roll initiative for that.
Okay.
He is going to have his eye on you based on your history together.
That's fair.
Of course, there's a chance that you're going to be faster than him.
I can't lull him into a false sense of security. He kind of has me in the corner of his eye constantly. So yeah,
Also, take in the situation.
we'll do an initiative roll-off. Sure. Yeah.
Oh, lucky Tohri. He rolled a nat 1.
I cast silence.
Right. The sudden silence threw him off.
That's great, because I rolled a 6.
So in the slowest, most fumbly attack ever,
I'm just fast enough.
both of them fall to the ground together. But Tohri takes a shot at his neck. Roll to hit.
If I do hit, this will be a sneak attack. That's a 28.
Oh, shit. That hits
Yeah.
so hard. How much damage do you do to this fool?
So it's a sneak attack. This is also the dagger of many daggers. I'm going to expend the first charge of it, the only charge it has. And when I do so, the temporal loop is activated, and I am able to, instead of just rolling one dagger attack, it is the equivalent of many dagger attacks.
Hell yeah.
I get to roll 2d4 to determine just how many.
It's a lot.
I rolled 7,
So 1 dagger hit plus 7 dagger hits.
so I get to roll for 8 dagger strikes plus my sneak attack.
Oh my gosh.
The way that this looks is Tohri pulls out this dagger, which is glowing. As soon as he starts arcing it towards Sefik, it starts glowing with this sort of magical ethereal light. And then suddenly, like, it almost looks as if his hand is a blur, and there are 8 different daggers all stabbing towards Sefik, like slightly out of sync with each other, but almost all happening at once.
Let's hear the math.
So the first one, which would have the sneak attack damage with it, which I believe at this point is 4d6. I should have gotten more dice.
Then she's going to spend the next 7 daggers stabbing a dead guy.
Okay, so that's 9 plus an additional 9, so that's 18 for the first strike.
Great. Let's see if your 7 temporal daggers hit. Roll to hit. 7 times.
Okay, so that's 1 was a 10. I think that misses.
It does.
13.
That hits.
22.
Yes.
22.
Yes.
25 and 27. And then I get 1 more after this. 14 to hit.
Yes, 14 hits. Okay. So what's the damage?
So that's 56 on top of the 18 that I originally did, which pushes us up to 74.
Hell yeah. Wow. That is a hell of a hit.
He's probably beheaded.
I wanted to wing somebody.
It doesn't kill him, though.
Oh, yes!
He grasps at his throat, and you see that the liquid pouring from his fingers is clear and bluish.
Oh.
This is all happening in silence.
He can't speak anyway. He can just gurgle.
You see him making these faces, but no sound is coming out.
Yeah.
Seeing him stabbing, can I just pull out my crossbow and shoot him? Because he's like, eh.
Yes.
Can I first cast magic weapon on my crossbow?
Yeah. Roll a hit with your magic crossbow.
Also, wait, just real quick for context. Erastus is the only one who doesn't know that this guy is actually a sacrifice hunter, right? Because the rest of us got the damn...
I don't care. I don't care.
Erastus is just a bro, and if he sees me attacking somebody, he's going to want to back me up.
Yeah, I'm just,
Yeah.
That's kind of what I assumed was happening. He just trusted.
Yeah.
No, I know that. It's just even funnier to me if he's the only one who doesn't know already that this guy's bad. Just like, so down.
He needs no more than that.
All right, crossbow. A natural 23.
You nail him right in the solar plexus, and he drops to the ground, struggling. Under his hands, you see ice forming.
Ooh.
I will cast Inflict Wounds and touch him because I can't talk. So
Great.
And that is 18,
How much damage do you do?
17, necrotic.
Oh, boy.
I would like to boop his nose. Would I do it?
All right. Describe to me what happens when you do this inflict wounds. How do you inflict?
I go in and I kind of kneel down and I just tap his nose. And I imagine necrotic damage looks kind of like it's someone turning into a dead person. So like the veins turning purple in his face, like, and his skin getting really pale and like just starting to look like a corpse in his face, because that's where I touched him. His head and his neck are not doing good.
His eyes roll back and he slumps over, not moving. The body convulses in the silence, and from it shoots some kind of crazy spirit.
Oh, crap.
It busts through the window, breaking the window,
the hell?
Oh, crap.
and combat is over. You got a dead body on your floor.
I'm just screaming, what the fuck, but you can't hear me. Just mouthing, what the fuck.
Okay, I will keep silence up until everyone's calmed down so Sagan doesn't have to come down and see this sight.
Can I push the body into like the big fireplace?
Sure.
Cool. So I'm going to do that.
We should say the spirit came in and killed this guy.
For sure.
It's silent.
It's silent.
I know. I'm trying to be like waving my arms like, you can't burn a body in a fireplace.
I'm going to start pointing towards the door to the cellar.
I just point towards my fanny pack bag of holding that already has one dead guy in it.
Oh, no.
I throw my hands up and I go back upstairs. Roll my eyes, throw up my hands, grab the little diary that's sitting next to the fireplace that I was going to use to burn the body, and just stomp upstairs on my little hoofsies. Silently.
Is there like, because you were saying it was bleeding a weird clear fluid, is there like a stain on the floor?
It looks like water.
Perfect.
Okay, I point at Alfie and I point at the puddle, and I'll grab the body and I'll start hauling it to the cellar.
I can help with the lugging to the cellar as well.
So as we leave the sphere of silence, as we're heading into the cellar, I'm quickly telling to Gentry, I'm saying, this guy was absolutely going to kill Alfie if we let him. Like, not only Alfie, probably us too.
I heard a bit of that at dinner, that this, he was a sketchy dude. So,
And like possessed or something?
possessed, and also it seemed like Torga was pretty cool with that. So,
I don't know if she knew about that bit. There's no way the militia didn't notice something. Can you make illusions? Can you do that? Is that a thing you can do?
I was thinking of maybe like making it just seem like you got drunk and you threw a bottle out the window or something.
They saw him come in here.
Oh.
I send a message to both of you. Make sure to rumble his pockets, and I get first dibs.
I can't like make an illusion of him,
Unfortunate.
but I could polymorph him, but I'm not gonna use a 4th level spell on this guy.
You hear from upstairs, bang, 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 on the front door.
Is the body out of the main area?
It is indeed.
I turn around on my tiny little hoofsies, and I stomp back down the stairs. I look around to make sure that there's nothing obvious in the tavern main area. The body's out of sight, so I'm gonna open up the front door and yell, "What?"
You rip open the front door, and the stricken face of Hank stands there, and he says, Erastus, are you okay? I saw that window break. Everything all right in here?
I'm just having an existential crisis, Hank. I'm going to stand as large and imposing as I can in the door. You got a problem with that? Or do you think a man can't have feelings, Hank?
Roll intimidation.
You're gonna toxic masculinity your way out of this?
It's 8, so no.
Hank says, you are entitled to your feelings, of course, Erastus. I'll give you some space, but if you need a hand with the window, I'm here.
I appreciate that.
Is everything all right in there?
No. My dear sweet Alfie is going to be sacrificed for no goddamn reason. Everything is not okay.
I wish there was something I could do about that.
Is there something that you can do?
He steals a look at Susan, who gives him an icy bitch stare. And he says, not with this uniform on, my friend.
Well, if you change your mind, I've got plenty of outfits upstairs. My wardrobe is extensive.
He'll say, hey, Susan, let's patrol the perimeter, see if we can find what that was. He'll sort of walk away with her, but still within earshot. You know, they're not going far.
Great. So I'm going to close the door, lock it behind me, and use my tools to repair the window.
Fantastic. And it's now pretty late, because that took you a while.
Bodies in the wine cellar.
The silence is gone.
Guys, if you want, I have room in my corpse fanny pack. I'm holding my pocket morgue.
We'll leave it there and rumble as requested. Rumble the pockets.
You will find,
Any cookies?
weirdly enough, cookies. No, not cookies. Not cookies. Not cookies. Not the kind of cookies you want.
The kind of cookies we don't want?
Raisin.
Yeah. They're level up cookies, but they all have raisins in them. So
I guess I don't level up this time.
you find the names of everybody who had been drawn in the 3 towns. A little slip of paper with all of the sacrifice victims.
Well, that's creepy.
Interestingly, you find no weapon.
Interesting. Okay, so what was he gonna do?
And what the hell? You find 10 gold. I don't give a shit. What's money?
Oh, sick! Yay! He doesn't have any weapons on him, so exactly what was this guy capable of before we killed him?
I think he probably was going to kill us with a spell or some shit.
Probably. I was talking to Torga, who's amazing, by the way, and she was saying that he likes to make like a sport out of it. Like he likes to hunt the people who try and dodge the sacrifice down. So I would not be surprised if he would have lured us out into the wilderness and tried to, you know, literally hunt us. Would not have been surprised.
Hunt us for sport. Hunt us for sport.
Hunt us for sport, essentially, yeah. Wouldn't have been surprised.
That's not a big change in our circumstances, guys.
No, not especially. Oh, and also Erastus, just so that you're in the loop, the town speaker of Torga not Torga, sorry. I got Torga on the brain. Targos.
She's a hell of a woman. And
You don't know the half of
I
it.
feel like you guys could have something really special.
You know, in her words, she's a rolling stone.
And so are you, my friend. And so are you.
The town speaker of Targos does want to kill Martha and does have a hit out on her also.
Probably deserved.
I mean, look, we all deserve to get killed. But we shouldn't be like rubbing each other's faces in that. You guys just murdered a man.
He was already dead.
You didn't know that when you murdered him?
Well,
Hey.
it's, you know,
I got my friends back, okay?
it's called being a true bro, and I appreciate that about you, Erastus.
I got you, boo. I got you.
I appreciate you looking out for my bestie, but I just want to put that on the table that we do all kill people and like not always.
It's not a big deal. The point being here, we do have to hide the fact that the militia absolutely saw him come into this tavern and are not going to see him go out.
I thought we were just leaving this whole thing.
We can just leave town before this becomes an
Yeah.
issue, and then
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do that.
and then it's not our problem anymore, except that we'll be wanted for murder. But you know,
I feel like we already are, huh?
Yeah, we gotta
Somewhere.
be one for something. Yeah.
I need to go see my troop, honestly. I need to go pop in and say hi and bye at least. That will be like a quick errand for me if anybody would like to come with.
Yes, Gentry and her quick errands.
errand runner Gentry.
It is really late by now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm out of spell slots.
I want to go back to bed. The best piece of advice I ever got is we'll figure it out when we're sober and the house is clean. I say we go to bed and fuck with this in the morning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
If the guards ask where the guy went, we'll just say that either Tori or Erastus took him to bed.
Yeah.
Fair.
I don't.
Wouldn't be the first.
I like to think that I have better standards than Sefik, but you know.
I just watched you fall in love with Torga, so I don't think that's true.
Let's not use the L word, but Torga.
Torga is something special.
Oh, Speaker Nerth of Torgos also maybe worships devils. I don't know if that's something you care about, Martha.
Ooh, perfect. I'm going to write that in my little notebook. I'm going to add them to the list of people to publish about.
That you're going to rat on? Yeah.
Possibly.
If you do rat him out, Torga made some implication that, like, anybody who would accuse him probably wouldn't live through it. So if he's already trying to kill you, so I don't know if that matters.
Yeah, I might as well now. It's just a freebie. What's he going to do, kill me twice?
I'm going to bed.
Same.
Yeah, I need to do a snoozle as well.
I go up and find Sagan to make sure that he is still in the building.
He is. He's playing with a knife in his room.
Fair. That doesn't alarm me.
The one you gave him.
Unless he's doing a bad job of it.
Yeah.
Does it look lame?
As you approached, you might have wondered, what's that rhythmic knocking sound? Then when you open the door, there's Sagan, flipping a knife at the wall over and over.
It's Erastus's wall.
There's a picture of your face scrawled on it.
Is it well done? Or is it just like a crappy stick figure?
19, this kid might have a future in art.
Nice. I notice that and I look at him and be like, all right, it's good. You're fine now.
What was it?
The guy downstairs was possessed by a ghost.
I knew it.
Did you?
Yeah?
Insight. I mean, I know I don't need an insight check. I know he didn't know it. Well, it's late. We're all going to bed. You're going to bed. We may be leaving tomorrow. We don't know.
We're leaving tomorrow, I yell from down the hall.
Okay, Erastus.
Good night, Sagan.
Good night. And he does not acknowledge you, Tohri, and he goes to bed.
Wasn't expecting much, but I will also crash in the same room with him again as well, just to make sure that he doesn't scamper off and get into some mischief.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah?
Is Miss Gentry coming with us tomorrow, too?
Yeah.
Cool. She's fun.
I'm glad she's fun. Hey, kid, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you get that ring from? How'd you get your mom's ring?
Why can't you stay out of my stuff?
Why can't you stay out of mine?
It's Mom's ring. So what?
So she had it when she left.
Well, I found it by the front door. And if she wants it, then she'll have to find me. I kept something of yours, too.
He grabs his bag.
I don't have it anymore, though, because you drank it.
I didn't realize it was a keepsake.
It was the only thing you left.
I don't know if your mom's going to come back. I don't know where she is. I don't even know why she left. I mean, I might.
Why?
You've met me.
Yeah, that's what I don't know.
But what about me? Why'd she leave me?
I don't know.
Of course you don't know.
Listen, Sagan, I know that she wanted you, okay? I know she did. And for her to leave you and Anbeg, it probably was for a good reason.
How do you know something didn't happen to her?
I don't.
Did you look?
I looked. I did. I looked for her everywhere. Nobody saw her. No one's heard from her. And she never came back. If something did happen, it's too late for us to do anything about it now. And if she did leave, then it was probably for a good enough reason. Because I know that she wouldn't have wanted to leave you.
I don't know what to do with my life now, Dad.
You're just a kid. You don't have to know. You're supposed to be figuring that out.
I don't feel like just a kid. I can take care of myself. And Annie doesn't even care that I'm gone. But you want to take away my tiger powers and send me back to my stupid sister.
Stepsister?
The world... Half-sister, technically. The world outside of the 10 towns, even in it, sucks. Yeah, you being cursed makes it so you can survive out there, but it also means that you can't even control yourself. You say you want to have control over your life. That thing takes it away from you.
And without it, you control me.
That's what being a kid is. It sucks. Yeah. Great pep talk, Dad.
Yeah, I know.
He rolls over and pulls his blanket up over his head.
All right. I, too, will go to bed.
You all take a long rest. Gentry.
Yes.
You drift to sleep, but you don't dream. You find yourself surrounded in light. And then, a warm feeling overcomes you. You're seated in a soft, overstuffed armchair. And as your vision clears, you're facing another armchair, in which is Maud, your grandmother, but also a god.
The one with the great tits, right? Mm-hmm. Sick. Just confirming.
She says, Hey there, Peanut.
Hi, Grandma. Am I dead?
Nah, you ain't dead, darling. In fact, you're doing just fine.
Are you still dead?
Dead is a relative term with our kind. But I think there are some things that you need to know now.
Is Mama and Papa safe? Do you know? Can you know?
I think that's where we'll end it.
The tease. The tease. Thank you for listening to this episode of I Seduce the Dragon. If you want to listen to more of us and get episodes early and ad-free, head to our Patreon, which you can find in the link in the description. Alternatively, you can reach out to us via social media at ISTDpod on all platforms. And we'll be very happy to see you next Tuesday. Or, next Tuesday.
Friends, half-orcs, countrymen, lend me your pointy ears. Of Mice and Men and Monsters is a podcast which combines the art and beauty of classic literature with the fun of Dungeons and Dragons roleplay. These episodes are led by me, Kate, your master teacher, which is Dungeon Master meets high school English teacher. We take on quests in these fascinating worlds, meeting and adventuring with the greatest literary characters of all time, solving puzzles set up by the dubious Dr. Frankenstein,
One eye is over there, and the other eye is rolled over
Exactly
there.
right.
hunting Moby Dick alongside Captain Ahab. I've rolled a 1.
Oh, you rolled one!
Of Mice and Men and Monsters is a faithful yet irreverent way to interact with the stories which have influenced us for centuries. Plus, it's a much more exciting way to experience literature than writing an essay. Essays don't have swords which burst into flame, or poop monsters hiding in toilets.
Anybody got some poop for me?
A new episode of Mice and Men and Monsters is released every other Wednesday, wherever you listen to podcasts.